John Calipari said yesterday on Pat McAfee's show, at least I think it was yesterday, but he was talking about how you got to wait for the transfer portal before you can get a high school player. But I'm guessing these coaches have contact with these high school players, and you kind of have a sense of who on your team is going to be transferring or put their name in the portal. So is it that big of a deal that we have the transfer portal window open right now?
I think it could wait a little bit longer. I think it puts a lot on coaches that are still coaching's plate because they need to focus on trying to win a national championship and win games. And you can't be recruiting guys, watching film on guys in the transfer portal on the side because you don't know whether those guys are going to pull the trigger and go to school and take a sure thing as far as a scholarship, an opportunity, and an NIL opportunity. It's got to be crazy. Listen, the coaches have been doing it for years. Like, for example, Herb Sendek, God bless him. We had a great freshman year. He ended up going on to NC State. We hired Charlie Coles, and my career kind of exploded. So it worked out great for me. But coaches leave when they have good seasons to take better opportunities. Now players have the opportunity to do the exact same thing. I think it's better for the game of basketball. I think if it's elevated the play of the players and of the teams because iron sharpens iron. And now the best players, they can go to the best teams and play for the best coaches. And I think that's why we see 8 teams left from the SEC in the Sweet 16.
Okay, but what kind of tweaks are you going to make? If I said, all right, you're going to run college basketball, what's the one thing you want to change?
The one thing is to make sure there's a lot of promises out there as far as transfers and NIL money and stuff like that don't get delivered. If there's any way that it can be a lot more, it's kind of the wild, wild west, and it's like a promise that might never come to fruition. If there can be a way to just guarantee stuff and happening, maybe a contract, something like that, a 2-year deal where coaches know who's going to be playing for them for at least 2 years and not just one, and they can just transfer after one, something like that. Maybe giving a guy one transfer in their 4 years without sitting out. Then if they want to transfer again, they have to sit out a year. It goes back to the old rules back when I played, where if you transferred, you need to just sit out a year and pay your dues kind of in order to play for a new coach on a new team and a new campus. So I think those are a couple ideas that are being thrown around. But overall, the quality of the game is very good. I love seeing high-level basketball, and I like watching the best basketball players in college and the amateur level. And this year, we've gotten to that point where the best players are playing on the best teams for the best coaches.